Just a few more comments when we through the lecture before we start the questions. I want to talk about vinegar a little bit. Can we bring the slides back up there? We mentioned earlier that gladiators had a sports drink that they had vinegar and plant acids in the drink. So I was kind of interested about why would they have vinegar in that drink. So we learned from everybody, right? The reason is that vinegar lowers insulin levels. And we said earlier, if we bring our insulin levels down, we lower our chance of getting diabetes and all those terrible diseases. So if you have a salad, try to get a vinaigrette dressing, because that way you're going to get the effect of lowering your insulin levels and lower your risk of getting diabetes. So make sure it doesn't have sugar in the vinaigrette, but try to get you one that doesn't that would be a better chance for you to lower your cholesterol and stuff. And on the meats, we talked about real quick, you want to have ones that are grass-fed if we can. Deer meat's really good, but try for sure not to have any fried meat, and try to get only baked or grilled. And here's a little quick important thing is that in my first book, I said to try to have 3 major meals and 3 snacks, but I want to change that now because a study came out and showed if you try to have an early supper, if you don't eat again the next morning, you'll burn up all your carbohydrates by about 10 hours. And so try not to eat a snack before you go to bedtime, because the reason is your body, you've got 2 really containers that hold your carbohydrates. That's your liver and muscle. It's not very much in there though. You can only hold like 2 cups of pasta in there, but you'll burn those up through the night. So what you want to do is burn those up so when you exercise in the morning, you'll be burning fat, not just carbohydrates. Remember, you've heard people get on the treadmill and exercise. You have to exercise like 30 minutes before you begin to burn fat. Well, this way, when you first get up, if you go for a walk or you do some exercises, you'll be burning that stomach fat right off the bat. So let's try to eat our supper early. Don't eat that evening snack, and that way you'll be burning the fat when you exercise the next morning. And this right here, have anybody heard the food pyramid? We hear about a lot in schools or something. What I want to do is flip this pyramid upside down. Now, John and I have a pyramid that we've created in the back of the room for you. We don't have a picture here. It's on the back there. But the main thing is that in the pyramid, I'm going to have at the bottom of the pyramid, which is the most important, I'm going to have things that have a low insulin level. So we talked about a while ago, we want to have the foods that give you a low insulin level, and that's going to be all those fibrous carbohydrates, those vegetables, those beans, those nuts, the lean protein, and guess what? Coconut oil. The question is, I had to ask myself, if I'm going to recommend something to everybody that's going to help memory, I don't want something that's going to increase my insulin level. Well, guess what? Coconut oil has a low insulin level. I was so excited about that, because if we're going to take something in that's going to have more calories, because coconut oil has, for 1 tablespoon, is 119 calories, so you can't eat a whole lot of it. But eating a little bit is very good, but it won't raise your insulin level. So on the pyramid, you'll get the back of your room, on that bottom tier, I'm going to have coconut oil there where I'd never had that before in my life. I'm going to start using it myself, because I think we're all worried about dementia and Alzheimer's. It's just, as it predicted, in the next few years, they're predicting more and more cases. So if it works, they're doing a national study right now, because of what that doctor did. Multiple people like my mother were involved, my father, that showed a big benefit with this. A lot of people have been helped from it. They're doing a big study now to answer that question for sure. Okay, good.